Sometimes the world does not clap for you. Sometimes your effort stays hidden, unseen, unvalued. But then comes one moment, just one, that changes everything. This is the story of a boy whose hard work was ignored, laughed at, and even taken for granted. Until the day life decided to reveal the truth. This story is about a 15-year-old boy named Aarav. Aarav lived in a small town, the kind where everyone knew everyone. He was not the smart kid in class. He wasn't the strongest. He was not the most talented. But there was one thing about him. Aarav worked hard, really hard. Every morning, before going to school, he helped his father in their little tea stall. He cleaned the tables, boiled the milk, arranged the cups. And then he ran to school with the smell of tea still on his hands. At school, he sat quietly in the last bench. Teachers rarely noticed him. Students barely spoke to him. He wasn't special according to anyone. But he studied. He practiced. He tried, even if nobody saw it. Every night, after helping his father again, he sat with his books until his eyes felt heavy. Sometimes he even fell asleep on the table. But still, nobody noticed. Not his teachers, not his classmates, not even his neighbors. To them, he was just a normal boy from a tea stall. One day, the school announced a science project competition. The winner would get a scholarship. Aarav's heart started beating fast. This scholarship could reduce his father's burden. Maybe, just maybe, this was his chance. But when he told his classmates he wanted to participate, they laughed. You, Aarav? Bro, you can't speak properly on stage. You're good at making tea, not projects. Aarav heard all of it. But he stayed quiet. Because he knew something they didn't. He was not afraid of hard work. So he began. Every evening, after closing the tea stall, he collected scrap materials. Broken wires, old bulbs, unused cardboard, plastic bottles, anything he could find. His father watched him silently. Will this help you? His father asked. Aarav smiled softly. Maybe. His father didn't have money to buy new materials. But he gave what he could, encouragement. For weeks, Aarav worked on his project. Sometimes late into the night. Sometimes after a long tiring day at the stall. He created a small model of a low-cost water purifier. Something simple, but useful for villages like theirs. But at school, nobody cared. When other students presented their expensive, shiny projects, they received claps and cheers. Aarav brought his project in a torn box. His classmates smirked. Look at that. Did he make it from garbage? Why does he even try? The winner is obvious. Aarav's heart hurt. But he didn't say anything. He placed his project in a corner and sat quietly. Nobody even walked near his table. Not a single student asked about his project. Not a single teacher praised his effort. His hard work stayed invisible, like it always did. Finally, the day of the presentation arrived. The school auditorium was full. Parents, teachers, students, everyone was excited. One by one, students went on stage. Loud applause, bright smiles, confident voices. Aarav sat with his project in his lap. His hands were shaking when the teacher announced, "Next, Aarav from class 9. The hall fell silent. No excitement. No interest. Some even whispered, "Let's get this over with." Aarav walked up the stage. His project looked tiny compared to others. His voice trembled as he began. "Good morning. I made a low-cost water purifier for villages." Some students giggled. He felt his throat close. His eyes burned. For a moment, he wanted to run away. But then, he remembered his father's tired smile and the years of silent effort he had carried inside him. He took a deep breath and continued. This time, he spoke slowly, from his heart. He explained how clean drinking water is still a challenge. He showed how his purifier used simple materials. He told them how even poor families could make it at home. The hall became quiet, not out of respect, but out of surprise. When he poured muddy water into the top and clear water came out from the bottom, the entire auditorium leaned forward. The judges sat up. Parents started murmuring. Students stopped whispering. For the first time in his life, everyone was finally looking at Aarav. A judge, a professor from a nearby college, stood up. "Did you make this alone?" he asked. Aarav nodded. "Where did you learn this?" Aarav smiled shyly. "From observation, and from trying many times." The professor walked to the purifier, touched it, examined it. Then he turned toward the audience, and in a loud voice, he said, "Students, this is what real innovation looks like. Not expensive materials, not fancy looks, but simple ideas born from effort and purpose." The hall burst into applause. Loud, long, unexpected. Aarav's classmates looked at him in shock. His teachers stared as if seeing him for the first time. And then came the moment nobody expected. The professor announced, "First prize goes to Aarav." The entire hall stood up. A standing ovation. Aarav wiped a tear quietly, because this was the first time. The world was clapping for him. The principal came on stage and said, "You have taught us something today, Aarav. Hard work never stays hidden. It may go unnoticed for a while, but life always reveals it at the right moment." When Aarav reached home, his father was waiting. He held the trophy in his hands and whispered, "Papa, I won." His father didn't say anything. He just hugged him tightly. For the first time in years, Aarav felt seen, felt valued, felt worthy. And from that day, his life changed. Not because he won, but because he learned something powerful. Sometimes your hard work is silent. Sometimes nobody sees your effort. Sometimes people laugh at your dreams. But remember this, hard work is never wasted. It stays with you. It grows inside you. And one day, when the moment is right, it shines so bright that the whole world notices. So keep going. Keep trying. Keep working. Even if nobody claps today. Because your moment is coming. And when it comes, it will shock everyone.